All right, ready for this? Today we're diving into something different. A murder mystery.
Ooh, fun.
But here's the twist. Our source material is a language learning podcast episode.
Yeah.
But don't worry, we're not doing verb conjugation or anything.
Okay.
We're treating this like a real case.
I like it.
Like we're the detectives, right?
Yeah, that's what makes it interesting. It's like we got a basic mystery blueprint, and we get to figure out if it holds up.
Exactly. So picture this. Classic setup, wealthy businessman, what was his name?
Arthur King.
Arthur King, right.
Yeah.
Found dead in his locked study. No forced entry, so right away.
Limited suspect.
Super limited suspect.
One close.
They got to be, right?
Right.
And of course, they give us our lineup. The wife, the business partner, and then this is where it gets weird.
Oh, yeah.
The neighbor whose main beef seems to be...
With the parrot.
With the parrot. I almost forgot. The only witness to this whole thing might be a bird.
That's where it gets good.
More than just a whodunit. It's like, how could they even know?
Plays on that absurdity, right? Like, can a bird really solve a murder?
Exactly. But okay, before we get too deep into that, the podcast gives us these initial clues to work with.
Yeah, lay them on me.
All right, so we got a broken vase near the desk, a diary entry from Arthur that's like super cryptic, just says, trust no one.
Ooh, ominous.
Right. And then, almost like the writers... like winking at us, there are feathers scattered by an open window.
Okay, pause right there, because already I'm seeing some potential issues.
Oh, tell me about it.
It's like each clue could point to a different suspect. Like broken vase, maybe a struggle, fits with the business partner. They had that whole argument.
Yeah, the argument.
But then diary entry, trust no one.
Ugh, so generic.
It's like, was Arthur just paranoid?
Right. Makes the wife's alibi.
I was gardening.
Yeah. Less believable or more believable. I don't know.
Throws us up.
And then the feathers, well, obviously that's got to be the parrot, but how does the neighbor even fit in yet?
Exactly. It's like they're setting up these red herrings, but so clumsily, it's almost
insulting.
Like, come on, trust no one. That could be anyone. Are they trying to make the business partner look less suspicious by making Arthur distrust everyone?
It's like they're playing checkers when they should be playing chess,
Yeah. To be fair, though, remember, it's a language learning podcast, first and foremost.
Oh, right.
So maybe they're simplifying, for the sake of clarity.
Okay, true. But even for beginners, that diary entry, it's like cheating.
I see what you mean.
A good red herring, it has to be specific.
To mislead us, yeah.
But also believable enough.
That we don't dismiss it immediately.
Right. Trust no one, just falls flat.
Yeah. Imagine if it was something like, my wife is acting strange, or I suspect my partner is stealing. Yeah. Something that actually implicates someone.
Give you something to work with.
Right.
But okay, let's move on. The parrot, right? Those feathers by the window, that's where things actually start to get interesting.
Now we're talking.
Did it escape during the crime? Did it see the killer? But then, how good is a silent witness,
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Parrots, they're notorious mimics.
Oh, yeah.
If this bird saw something, heard something, it might just start repeating it.
Oh, without even realizing.
Not even realizing it's important. Talk about an unreliable narrator.
Ooh, that's good. Like, imagine the parrot just randomly squawking a phrase the killer said, and no one even picks up on it.
For ages.
Just a way later. That's way better than a dumb diary entry.
Right. Uses the parrot, makes it actually part of the mystery.
Thinks it makes sense.
And it raises the question, how do you even interview a parrot?
Right. Can you trust anything it says?
Exactly.
You know what? I was ready to write this whole thing off as just basic, but now I kind of want to see where they go with this.
That's a good sign, isn't it?
Yeah, like you're skeptical, but something hooks you.
Yeah.
Okay, but before we get too excited, we got to see if they stick the landing,
Absolutely. But for now, you got to admit, the premise alone is pretty darn interesting.
Parrot witness. Yeah, not bad.
Murder mystery, parrot witness. Come on.
And hey, even if they mess it up,
at least we get to dissect it, right?
Yeah. Figure out what not to do.
Exactly. Like a master class.
But with an audience?
Oh, I have a feeling this is just the beginning. Wait till we get into how they actually use this parrot to solve the case, or try to.
Oh, I'm ready. But before we get to that, let's talk about the suspects themselves. The podcast, in trying to be, I guess, beginner friendly, they might have oversimplified them a bit.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe we can add some depth.
Yeah.
Maybe even come up with some motives they missed.
Love that idea. Okay, let's get into these suspects.
Yeah.
First up, the wife.
The wife.
Seems like that classic too perfect alibi, right?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Oh, I was tending my roses while my husband was,
Murdered.
Yeah.
Come on. Convenient much.
Right. It's like mystery writing 101.
Yeah. The innocent spouse, always the first suspect.
But is that intentional? Or are they just being lazy?
That's the fun part. We're not just looking at the plot. We're trying to figure out the writer,
Oh, I love that.
Are they playing with tropes or just using him as a crutch?
Mm-hmm.
Deep stuff.
Okay, but devil's advocate for a second.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe the wife is innocent, but they're making her seem suspicious to throw us off.
Misdirection.
Classic.
But if they're going to do that, they got to give us more than just a convenient alibi.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There has to be something else, something that makes us question her motives.
Like what?
Okay, imagine this.
Yeah.
We find out the wife, she took out a big life insurance policy on Arthur.
Ooh.
Right before his death.
Okay.
Suddenly, not so innocent anymore, is she?
Right. It's not just that she could have done it. Exactly.
It's that she has a reason.
Motive.
Oh,
That's what makes a suspect interesting.
That's good. That's good. It doesn't even have to be like that blatant, right?
Oh, no.
It could be an affair. Resentment.
Long-standing resentment. Oh, I love that.
Or even just like wanting to be free,
Freedom.
Yeah.
From a bad marriage.
Ooh.
So juicy.
So even if she's innocent, they missed a chance to make her like really interesting.
Totally. They had the base, but they went with the archetype.
Basic.
Which, it happens.
For opportunity.
Big time. A good suspect to make or break a mystery.
All right. Let's move on to the business partner.
Okay, the business part.
This one feels almost too obvious.
Oh, yeah, the angry guy.
Argument, money. It's like
motives right there.
They're practically handing us the solution.
And that's the thing. That's another pitfall. The overly obvious suspect. It's like the writer's trying too hard, which makes us suspicious.
Reverse psychology.
A little bit, yeah. Like, are they trying to trick us?
Okay, so how could they have made him, I don't know, better?
What if, and hear me out on this, what if he was trying to help Arthur?
Help?
Yeah, like maybe he knew about a threat, was trying to protect him, but it came off wrong.
Okay, so not the villain, but the misunderstood hero.
Maybe. It adds layers,
I like that.
Makes us question things.
That's what good writing does.
Exactly. Challenges our perceptions. Keeps us guessing.
Okay, I'm on board with Business Partner 2.0.
Good. But we got to talk about the,
The elephant or the parrot in the room.
Exactly.
Right. The podcast reveals the parrot mimicked something the killer said. Leads to the confession. Case closed.
But it felt so. Because it's just like, there it is.
Like they had this amazing thing.
Yeah.
And they went with the most basic option.
So how could they have, I don't know, made it better? Made a parrot squawk actually solve a murder? That's the challenge, isn't it? But it's not impossible. What if, instead of a clear phrase, it's something weird, like nonsensical.
Okay.
Doesn't directly incriminate, but it's clearly important to the bird.
Interesting.
Like red moon rising, or
ooh, I like that.
The clock strikes 13.
It's like a riddle.
A riddle. And the detectives, we have to figure it out.
Right. So it's not just the parrot giving us the answer.
Well, a starting point.
It's like we're working with it.
Exactly. Could be a code, a location, something only Arthur would get.
Okay, now we're cooking with gas. This is what I was hoping for.
Right. We have to work for it.
We're not just handed the solution.
That's what good mystery is all about.
We're using our brains.
Deduction.
Okay, sold on the parrot.
Good. But there's one thing still bugging me. The neighbor.
Oh, yeah.
Barely talked about him.
They've just been, like, lurking in the background.
I think the podcast just threw him in there to distract us.
Right. Like, why even mention the parrot-hating thing if it's not important?
Exactly. It's Chekhov's gun, right? You introduce it.
Gotta use it.
Otherwise, what's the point?
And remember the feathers.
By the window.
What if they weren't from the parrot?
Ooh, good point.
What if the neighbor was involved somehow?
Trying to mislead us.
Now that's a twist.
The neighbor's back in the game.
We're questioning everything.
That's the beauty of it.
Oh, this is why I love these deep dives.
Tell me about it.
We're not just listening. We're dissecting. We're challenging. We're coming up with our own ideas.
We're basically solving it with the podcast.
But better.
But with more thinking.
And you know what? Even though we're finding all these problems, I'm more into it now.
It's like we unlocked some
Like, yeah, a secret level.
potential.
Okay, but that brings us to the biggest issue.
Oh, yeah.
A resolution.
The ending.
Business partner confesses. Bam. Done.
Way too easy.
Feels like they just wanted to be finished.
That's what we call a deus ex machina, where a problem solved by something totally random and convenient.
So the parrot's the deus ex machina.
Exactly. The squawk, it just magically gives us the answer.
Out of nowhere.
It's like they wrote themselves into a corner.
It needed a way out.
And the parrot was the easiest way.
And don't even get me started on the confession.
Oh, yeah.
It's so lifeless.
No fight.
No, I was framed.
No tension.
It's like they forgot what makes a mystery good.
It's the journey.
The steps along the way.
The reader should be working with you.
Not just waiting for the answer.
Totally agree.
And that's where they really mess up. They don't use the parrot.
Right.
They just let it solve everything.
Lazy writing.
So how could they have done it better? How do you make a parrot confession actually good?
That's the question. Well, for starters, they could have leaned into the ambiguity instead of a clear phrase, something more cryptic, you know?
Like red moon rising.
Exactly. It makes us think, connect the dots.
Not just an answer.
It's a puzzle piece.
Oh, so we're partners with the parrot.
I like that. Yeah. We're both trying to figure it out.
That's way better than just,
Blurt it out.
yeah. It makes the ending feel like earned.
And don't forget the other stuff they missed.
Oh, yeah. The
We're
neighbor
thrilled about them.
totally wasted opportunity.
They could have been the mastermind
Right.
behind everything.
Using the parrot.
The parrot's a pawn.
Imagine the quiet neighbor pulling the strings,
But
framing the business partner.
misleading clues.
Now that's a resolution.
So much better.
It makes you question everything.
And it gives the neighbors something to do.
More than just like a funny side character.
Exactly. And the wife.
Oh, yeah, what about her?
They made her so decent.
Stock character.
She could have been in on it.
Oh, like working with a neighbor?
Maybe. Or had her own reasons.
Like wanting Arthur gone?
Tired of him.
Or in love with the business partner?
Ooh, juicy.
The possibilities.
That's the point, right? The podcast, it was a decent try, but it took the easy way out.
No depth.
No complexity.
Basic.
But we're not settling.
You're going deeper.
Better ending time.
This is why these deep dives are so fun.
Totally agree.
We're not just listening.
We're participating.
We're questioning.
We're using our brain.
We're being creative.
That's the key.
So next time you read a mystery
Watch a movie.
or even like a real life case,
Don't just take it at face value.
dig deeper.
Question everything.
Think of other options.
And have fun.
That's what makes it memorable.
The journey, the twists,
The aha.
moment, the feeling you get when it all comes together.
I think that's it's the end of our deep dive.
Into the silent witness.
We may not have all the answers.
But we asked the right questions.
And maybe, just maybe,
Those questions lead you somewhere new.
your own interpretation.
Exactly.
Until next time.
Keep those detective hats handy.
And remember, even the quietest witness
Can have the best stories.
Okay, so the ending, right? Business partner confesses, case closed.
Yeah, but it felt so rushed.
Like anticlimactic.
Exactly. It's like they built up all this intrigue.
Yeah.
And then just
Let the air out of the balloon.
exactly. No payoff.
And the confession itself, it was just like, where's the fight? Where's the, I didn't do it.
Right. No desperation, no trying to clear his name.
Just, okay, I confess.
Makes him look almost too guilty.
But like, come on, give us some drama.
It undermines the whole mystery.
It's like they wanted to end on a happy note, you know?
Yeah, but a mystery needs that edge.
That tension.
To uncertainty.
Wait, what just happened?
Otherwise, what's the point?
It's like, we as the audience, we should be working with the detective.
Totally.
To figure it out.
Side by side.
Not just waiting for them to tell us.
A good mystery keeps you guessing until the very end.
But this one, it gives up.
Gives up way too easily.
And that brings us back to the parrot.
Our feathered friend.
Right. They could have done so much more with that.
Oh, absolutely. Instead of that one incriminating phrase, what if it was something vague, you know?
Like a clue.
Like a piece of the puzzle.
That we had to put together.
Exactly. The parrot's not solving the case. It's giving us a piece of the puzzle.
We still have to work for it.
We're partners, the detectives, and the parrot.
Ooh, I like that. Teamwork.
And it makes the resolution so much more satisfying.
Because we earned it.
We cracked the code.
Instead of just being told the answer.
Exactly. And remember the neighbor?
Oh, yeah. The parrot hater.
Yay, they just disappeared.
What a waste.
They could have been the one behind it all.
Ooh, pulling the strings.
The puppet master.
Framing the business partner.
Leaving false clues.
Now that's a twist.
See? So much better.
And what about the wife?
Oh, yeah, she was so bland.
Just like the stereotypical wife,
She could have had her own motives.
right? Secretly in love with the business partner?
Or just wanted Arthur out of the picture.
So many possibilities.
But they chose the easy way out.
Lazy writing strikes again.
But we're not settling for that.
Nope. We're digging deeper, finding the missed opportunities.
And creating our own satisfying ending.
This is what I love about these deep dives.
Me too. It's so engaging.
We're not just listening, we're participating.
We're analyzing, critiquing, creating
It's like a workshop.
a mystery workshop.
So next time you're reading a mystery, watching a movie, whatever,
Don't just accept what they give you.
question everything.
Look for the hidden clues.
The missed connections.
And most importantly, have fun with it.
Because that's what makes a good mystery truly memorable.
The journey, the twists and turns, the aha moments.
The feeling of like actually solving it.
And on that note, I think we've reached the end of our deep dive into The Silent Witness.
We may not have all the answers,
But we asked the right questions.
and hopefully inspired you to ask your own.
So until next time, keep those detective minds sharp.
And remember, even the quietest witness
Can have the most to say.